Morning, mighty companions. In A Course in Miracles world, we have reached Lesson 13. A meaningless world engenders fear. So I'm Tamsin.
I'm Harry. Aho Matakiashe. To all my relations, have a beautiful day and a beautiful morning, and we're here to help spread light and awareness, and the lesson today, we hope to bring that into your life, and you can take it elsewhere too, wherever you are in the world. So,
agreed. I'm Lincoln. Hello. Just wanted to say you guys are all kings and queens. Stay beautiful. We love you. Accept it. You are it. Let's work on this together. Come on.
Aho.
Aho. So Lesson 13, A Meaningless World Engenders Fear. I'm going to read a couple of paragraphs and pass the book, and we're going to finish it up together. So let's take a nice big deep breath. Ready to receive the truth. Today's idea is really another form of the preceding one, except that it is more specific as to the emotion aroused. Actually, a meaningless world is impossible. Nothing without meaning exists. However, it does not follow that you will not think you perceive something that has no meaning. On the contrary, you will be particularly likely to think you do perceive it. Recognition of meaninglessness arouses intense anxiety in all the separate ones. It represents a situation in which God and the ego challenge each other as to whose meaning is to be written in the empty space which meaninglessness provides. The ego rushes in frantically to establish its own ideas there. Hang on. The ego rushes in frantically to establish its own ideas there, fearful that the void may otherwise be used to demonstrate its own unreality. And on this alone, it is correct. I'm going to pass along to Harry to read the next two. Anybody got anything to say about the first two paragraphs? You're here.
To be honest, no, but all of that makes perfect, complete sense.
Okay, good.
Well, I mean, for me, it's if we have a world, a meaningless world that endangers fear, it means that we are bringing in that belief, that reality, when we have those emotions, when we have these things happen. So when it says here it rushes in frantically and establishes its own idea,
the ego has to give something meaning. If you see something meaningless, the ego's got to give it meaning, which means if you're letting the ego give it meaning, it's going to be fearful, and it's going to bring on those feelings of, what did it say? Did it use the word anxiety in the separate ones?
Anxiety, yes.
So basically, the only meaning anything has is the meaning that we give to it, and it's either going to be a fearful meaning or a loving meaning.
Because it's your reality that you're perceiving. So
you choose.
Keep that in mind. You are love always.
Choose to see it lovingly, or choose to see it
unconditional, unselfish love. Like, perfectly selfish, but unselfish at the same time, because you have to love you to love you.
Right. So right here.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It is essential, therefore, that you learn to recognize the meaningless and accept it without fear. If you are fearful, it is certain that you will endow the world with attributes which it does not possess, and crowd it with images that do not exist. to the ego illusions as safety devices, as they must also be to you who equate yourself with the ego. The exercise for today, which should be done about 3 or 4 times, for not more than a minute or so at most each time, are to be practiced in a somewhat different way from the preceding ones. With eyes closed, repeat today's idea to yourself, then open your eyes and look about you, slowly saying, I am looking at a meaningless world. So with eyes closed together, let's repeat today's idea to yourself. A meaningless world engenders fear.
Engenders.
Engenders.
Engenders brings about the feelings of fear.
And I am looking at a meaningless world.
Agreed.
A meaningless world engenders fear. And I am looking at a meaningless world.
Straight confronting the fear.
Repeat this statement as you look about yourself, then close your eyes and conclude with, a meaningless world engenders fear because I think I am in competition with God.
Oof.
A meaningless world engenders fear because I think I am in competition with God. You may find it difficult to avoid resistance in one form or another to this concluding statement. Whatever form of resistance that you may feel, remind yourself that you are really afraid of such a thought because of the vengeance of the enemy, which is the ego, which is this fear.
Where are you up to?
I'm going to finish.
You are going to finish? Well then...
I didn't know the page didn't continue.
No, that's the end of the lesson, but we can get to talk at the end if we need to.
Yeah, my apologies.
Alright?
Once
you get in the truth, you can't stop.
It's hard.
You are not expected to believe the statement at this point, and will probably not try to dismiss it as preposterous. Note carefully, however, that if there are any signs of overt or covert fear, they may arouse. Covert, they can be sneaky, sneak up on your energy. This is our first attempt at stating an explicit cause and effect relationship of a kind in which we are very inexperienced in recognizing. So do not dwell on this concluding statement and try not even to think of it except during the exercise periods. That will suffice at present.
Lesson 13, a meaningless world engenders fear.
How?
Anything to wrap that up, guys?
Just know that fear is something that exists and it is real. Accept it and overcome it, and just know we're all loved, we're all beautiful.
And if we created it, then we can uncreate it.
Exactly, you have the power within. We love you.
Have a blessed day.
Blessed day.